If you own a field service business like I do, that could be anything from an HVAC company that does AC repair to an electrician, a plumber, landscaper, power washer. You probably get most of your business from phone calls. Everybody initiates their first contact with you from a phone call. Hey, I would like to know how much it would cost to get my driveway power washed. Help, this pipe is leaking and I need someone out here to fix it. My thermostat is broken or the AC isn't kicking on. I need you to come out here fast. Those are, mostly how your customers are going to contact you. It's all going to be on the phone. They don't just, walk right in. So for that reason, understanding who's calling you is very key to tracking your marketing efforts and figuring out what works and what doesn't work. Now, there's various programs out there for phone call tracking, and I use CallRail, and I haven't always used it. I just started using CallRail, about 6 months ago, beginning of 2017. And it allows us to track the source of all our phone calls, and we can figure out what's doing what. We can tell, if our pay-per-click ads are working, well, besides if our pay-per-click ads are working, but more in-depth, what keywords are working, what campaigns are working, what audiences are working. We can also track print ads and stuff that's not offline. So we can track, phone calls to the trucks, phone calls to ads and flyers, which we don't do a lot of. But most importantly, we can track the stuff that comes online. In my business, most of it is generated online. So it's really important we know what's coming from where and, who's coming from what. So, let's just kind of give some examples here. If you got a website, it's important to know who's coming to it and who's calling it. So if you're this company here, this is Bruno Air. I'm a friend of Bruno's, and he owns a very awesome AC company. It's important to know who's calling your phone numbers on your website and where they came from. Did they came from a social media campaign? Did they come from a pay-per-click campaign? Did they come from your content marketing efforts? Knowing those things are crucial so you can know where best to direct your money and your time, to increase your marketing efforts. You can also do things like track phone calls. Oops, this is a company, not what I wanted to pull up. You can also do things like track phone calls, to your ads in print. So, if you wanted to track who's calling this ad, you could easily get a second phone number to do this. And I say easily, I'll explain more about the easily part in a moment. It's really easy. You'd put in a different phone number here, obviously a local area code, and then you could track who's calling that phone number and determine how effective it is. So if you're running a bunch of these ads and community flyers like this one, say you're advertising in 10 different community flyers, you could get a different phone number for each one. And that way you could track which community is doing the best. So that way you can focus your efforts or, just drill down and just advertise in that community and cut out the ones that are not. There's no guessing games. It all comes down exactly to it. Same thing with the website. You know exactly which keywords are working. Maybe you'll find that some keywords work better than others. Some keywords don't work. Some keywords generate a lot of good revenue, a lot of good customers calling in. The other ones generate a lot of baloney phone calls and stuff that you should eliminate altogether. So let's just kind of look at this website here. You'll notice the phone number, and this one is doing a dynamic keyword insertion. I don't know which program they're using. It could be CallRail like I am, but if you notice, watch this number right here. It says 2757. When I refresh this page, it's going to change to a different number, and then it'll change to this real quickly. There it is. Nope, didn't do it. Let me redo that. Oh, see, it changed right there. So that was the number that was loaded, and then it reloaded a separate phone number for tracking, and now, my IP address or browser is tagged to this. So, if I leave and then come back, it's still going to track originally how I found the website. Very crucial when your website gets a lot of traffic. So the program that I use to do this, and I don't do this for Bruno Air, I do this for my own company. I'm just using their website as an example. But, the company I'm using to do it, or program, is CallRail. And now, I said I had just started doing it recently, about 6 months ago. Before that, I knew it existed, but I thought it was way too complicated. I didn't want to set it up. I didn't think it was a waste of my time, but not the best use of my time. Until one day I'm like, I'm sick of guessing who's calling us or where they're coming from. Are they coming from my content? Are they coming from my pay-per-click? Which keywords are all these people coming from? You know, which ads are doing that? Who's seeing a truck and calling? Rather than guessing, I wanted some hard numbers, so I signed up on CallRail. My big concern was setting it up on our website to where it would replace the phone numbers, as you see in this website doing here. But it was actually surprisingly easy, just one little snippet of code. Any web developer could do it for sure, real easy, take you 5 or 10 minutes. You know, if you edit your own website, you can do it no problems at all. I'm not very good at coding and stuff, but I was able to do it myself. I have an on-staff website guy that does a lot of stuff, but he didn't need to do this. I did it all myself. So it's real easy to set up. It was shockingly easy to set up, which was cool. The program itself, CallRail, starts at like 30 bucks a month. Move this up here. So it starts at like 30 bucks a month. You get 10 different tracking numbers. It integrates with your Google Analytics and your AdWords, so you can get that key level data that I talk about. And I think for 30 bucks a month, you get 10 local numbers, which is a lot for a lot of small business. You might need 5 on your website, and you have 5 that you can do whatever you want with. We got a pretty robust marketing platform or program, so we've got several. I say several, but it's like dozens. Our bill works out to, well, somewhere around 130 or 150. It's somewhere around there. But I feel like it's a value-added service. Now that I have it, could not go back, and we learned a lot from it. And I'll make another video describing in detail what I learned and how it's benefited our company. But for what it's worth or what we pay for it, it's worth a lot more. It's really good stuff to have. The other cool thing about it is the the call recording. So you can actually listen to the calls. So you can go through and listen to the calls, and maybe you'll notice some patterns. You'll say, oh wow, this marketing campaign seems to generate a lot of interest in this, or the opposite, it seems to generate a lot of calls that aren't necessarily valuable and we can't handle. So maybe we should stop that. So you get some really good marketing insight on it. The big thing we know is for our website, we've got a bunch of content on our website. We wanted to know which pages are generating this. Are these people coming from our content marketing, or are they coming from our AdWords? Which keywords are working well? Stuff like that. So with CallRail, we were able to figure it all out, able to drill it down. CallRail is a really good program, and if I had a do-over, obviously everything in life is 20/20, or hindsight is 20/20, but if I had a do-over, no doubt in my mind, I would definitely sign up for CallRail again. So if you have any questions on CallRail, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them, and soon enough, I'm going to make another video that shows just how CallRail works for us, and what the dashboard looks like and what we've learned from it. That's most importantly. So let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.